What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and welcome to the Treetop News for this Friday, August the 19th. Oh my God, the weekend is here. Yay. My apologies for showing up late with the Treetop News. I'm just going to let you guys know. I'm going to keep it 100. I was catching up on a lot of gossip on the interwebs. And I'm talking about YouTuber gossip, not celebrity gossip, because celebrity gossip is boring. I was into some YouTube gossip, and that's the reason why I'm late. But anyway, better late than never. So let's get on over and start this off with some international news. Enjoy. Taters, it wouldn't be an international news story if I didn't tell you how much more money we sent it to Ukraine. Woosah. America's last resident Joe Poopy Pan Biden to give Ukraine $800 million in additional military aid. And y'all want to know, like I said, I hate Kamala knee pad Harris, but she doesn't have ties to Ukraine like Poopy Pants Biden does. Okay? And his, PDF file son. Joe Biden is expected to announce an additional $800 million in military aid for Ukraine as early as Friday, which is today. He probably announced it already. I probably haven't heard about it yet. The Biden regime has sent more than $50 billion of U.S. taxpayers' money to Ukraine this year. Just last week, the United States approved $4.5 billion package to Ukraine budget needed and an additional $1 billion in military aid to Ukraine, a total of $5.5 billion in one day. So what? We are now now we're going to give them another $800 million. Ukraine oligarchs are filling their coffers with American. Well, he said that we already said this last time. It's like I'm reading this all over again. But I want you guys to know this was published yesterday. So once again, we're giving Ukraine more money. So this is a money laundering thing here, and we're giving it to the losing side. Trust and believe. Stop believing what you're hearing on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I'm telling you, these people are losing, and they're losing bigly, okay? And they're just trying to get their money to the right people while pretending to give it to the losing team, okay? So, to hell with Ukraine. State Department issues kidnapping advisory for Americans traveling to Mexico. So, I saw this coming because I remember telling everybody, like I said, listen, I don't trust no Mexico, because a lot of liberals were leaving California and moving to Mexico because they were like, it's cheaper down there, the gas is cheaper, the rent is cheaper. I was like, yeah, it's dangerous though. It's cheap because it's dangerous. It's not a first world country down there. Okay? You crazy. And I said, and I told people my story. I had, when we were offered to go on cruises, I would quickly get off the cruise ship, go do my little shopping, and got right back on the cruise ship. I've never ever I never had a vacation in Mexico because I've heard so many horror stories, and I know one person that had something very bad happen to them while they were going on a spring vacation in Tijuana. All right. And I'm like, no, I'm in Mexico, and I will visit really quickly, like in a safe environment where I'm on a cruise ship. But other than that, living down there, That's just crazy. The State Department has released an advisory warning Americans that there is an increased risk of kidnapping when traveling to Mexico. The advisory also warned that the United States government has limited ability to provide emergency services to citizens in many areas of Mexico, as travel by the United States government employees to certain areas is prohibited or restricted. Quote, violent crimes such as homicide, kidnapping, carjacking, and robbery is widespread and common in Mexico, the State Department wrote in its notice issued on Wednesday. The State Department urged citizens to voluntarily adhere to the same restrictions that are placed on government officials for their own safety. But nah, they got cheaper gas. Nah, they got cheaper rent. Okay, all right. Go down there and be a hard-headed if you want to. All right. Oh, my God. I just put my head in my hand. I know you guys can't see me. But this is so crazy. China's dumb. I don't, the bell curve, like I told you, the bell curve is a lot. And this right here just proves to you it is a lot. If the bell curve is true, then that means the higher your IQ is, the more stupid you are. Because I don't see the point of this. Chinese workers test fishermen's live catch for coronavirus. The local government of Xiamen, China, recently ordered municipal workers to test both fishermen and their catch, including live fish and crabs, for the Chinese coronavirus. Oh my God! Wait till I show y'all the video. Chinese for the coronavirus, out of alleged concern that international fishing activities in the area may have sparked local outbreaks of the virus in fish. How does the crab get the kufi? They so silly. The Chinese government-controlled news outlet Sixth Tone reported on Thursday. Hold on, I'm not gonna read the rest of this. Whoa. Hold on. Look at the pictures. Look. She is giving the dead fish a corona. You know what? I cannot wait to tell my grand godchildren the stupidity of the world during this era. Holy smokes, I swear. Okay, so let's watch the video and watch these people do COVID testing on seafood.
大黄啊，大黄做核酸啊，哎呦，哇整啊！我连这个鱼也要做核酸的吗？
Yeah, how you gonna open his mouth? He's dead. Oh my God.
哦，干好久啊！哦，
大黄啊，大黄做核
Let
酸
me
啊！
turn this off. Hold on, let's watch this one. This is so crazy. This right here is the most funny part. Yeah, this is why I said, don't believe, this is why you'll never get me to believe in the bell curve again. How do you have a high IQ and not know that, you cannot force a Q-tip in a dead fish mouth without opening the mouth with your fingers? Okay, just so silly, absolutely silly. Look at that, still trying to, and then she's rubbing a Q-tip on the bottom of live crabs. Well, she gonna stick it up something over here, like.
哦，
What?
干好
Oh
久
my
啊！
God, really?
大黄啊！
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I keep telling you, the bell curve is a lie. All right, so that wraps it up for international news. Let's move on over to national and local news. So Taters, I found this particular news article very interesting, and you may want to notify some loved ones or people that you know who could use this device. But millions of Americans will soon be able to buy hearing aids without a prescription. Adults with perceived mild to moderate hearing impairment will be able to buy hearing aids directly from stores, pharmacies, and online retailers. No prescription or doctor's appointment required as soon as mid-October. I found this to be fascinating. Like, wow, that's pretty neat, because I know someone who needed a hearing aid, and they had to definitely go and get a doctor's appointment, and then of course the doctor would send them to a particular store and get fitted for one, and blah blah blah. So this is good news, and maybe they have advanced the technology on it to where they can deal with all types of acute to moderate hearing loss. So there's that. I also have some good news in reference to that all-girls school that they were trying to allow transgenders like trans women to come in there, biological boys who identify as girls. I thought this was so crazy to do this to an all-girls school, but looks like the parents have spoken out, and they had a very big issue with that, and so they decided to just put it, they called it putting on pause. But as long as the parents speak out, I think they will not entertain that. So woke took a L on this one. All girls school ditches policy that would have allowed boys to attend after pushback. I talked about this on my live stream. I'm not going to tell you guys what I said, what should happen on during the live stream on this video right here, but let me just say I said that the good way of taking care of this is to actually just send black boys there to this school. Don't even have them in a dress and no makeup. Just come in there with a beard, mustache, and everything, and then that'll stop that policy. A private all-girls school in Nashville, Tennessee has backed off of a policy that would have allowed boys who identify as girls to attend the school after pushback from the community. The all-girls school announced that they would, quote-unquote, pause the adoption of a framework that would have allowed boys who identify as girls to be admitted to school in a letter from the Board of Trustees that was obtained by Breitbart News. All right there, Saras. Looks like you failed to bring wokeism into the school, but I'm sure you're going to keep trying. All right, going to the greatest of all times. Yeah, I know my boy DeSantis is still making things happen in Florida. I'm so jealous. Governor the GOAT Santis charged 20 people for voter fraud in Florida. What? He ain't playing. Y'all want to sit up here and do that voter fraud? He ain't gonna play with you, okay? He gonna get you and put in jail. Governor Ron DeSantis announced that 20 people have been charged with voter fraud in his state and are in the process of being arrested. Most have voted illegally because they were previously convicted of murder or any kind of sexual assault charges. Oh my goodness. Is there a video of him saying this? I don't want to read his words because I like to hear it come out his mouth. But yeah, I'll have, like always, I'll have an article about this in the description box. Okay, let's move on. Oh, this is called You Get What You Vote For. Homeless camps in Portland, Oregon are so bad that some people are selling their homes and leaving. Now, this is this white flight I have a problem with. Instead of these white liberals, voting out the politicians that are allowing this to happen, they're like, no, we've been living here for like 15 years. Time to go. No, you don't want to change the situation you're in. You can't run forever, folks. I just want to say this, dear white people, you can't run forever. You can't. Okay, well, maybe you can run to Vermont, say, or Wyoming, where, there's, but even then, you still can't run away until you actually stand your ground and make change in your own area. The city of Portland, Oregon is supposed to be some kind of left-wing utopia, yet the homeless problem there is so bad that some people have actually started selling their houses to escape from it. Imagine paying property taxes for years on a house that you consider your home and being pushed to this point. Some of these folks have people camping right behind their houses. I have a video. There's a video down here. I have it already queued up. So let's go ahead and check that out right now.
For sale signs line what were once sought-after neighborhoods in North Portland.
It makes you not feel that great about living here.
Many families are moving out of the city, escaping the homelessness and crime that's taking over the streets.
It makes living in the neighborhood harder and just not as congenial as it could be.
Greg Dilks has lived in North Portland for 30 years and says homeless camps along the Peninsula Crossing Trail near his home have changed the area.
It's the first time in a long time that we've actually seriously thought about moving.
Mental health, drug addiction, and just not having access to housing.
Mark Smith and Maria Inocencio share a backyard with the camp. They often don't feel safe walking alone or tending to their gardens.
Every day, if you go from one end of the street to the other, you're confronting some very difficult situations, people in really dire straits.
It's a little scary because I know there is mental illness, and that concerns me.
We're the most harmless people you'll ever meet.
TT Sanchez lives in one of the camps along the Peninsula Crossing Trail.
They shouldn't be scared of us for what? Because we live outside. That's one reason why you should be scared of us, because we live outside. So if we lived in four-wall in the house and stuff, would you still be scared of us?
Yes, that's a yes. I'm going to answer that for them. That would be a yes.
A handful of for sale signs like this one are posted in front of several homes in North Portland. We're told at least 3 families here along McKenna Avenue are leaving, all due to nearby homeless camps.
I would say the migration to the suburbs I've seen quite a bit in the last 2 years.
Real estate broker Lauren Iaquinta sees it firsthand.
Most people don't want to have to worry about if they can leave their car parked in their driveway overnight without maybe having it broken into. It's a pretty testy subject.
Now, when working with clients in Portland, she vets the neighborhoods, checking for nearby homeless campers.
It's neighborhood by neighborhood. You can be driving through North Portland and you're in this lovely area where there's no issues, and then you kind of can make a turn around the corner and have homeless camps there. It's kind of sad. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years here in Portland, and it's changed quite a bit.
The city plans to build a Safe for Us village along that trail, the Peninsula Crossing, where many of the campers in that area could go. But there's no timeline yet on when that project will be completed. And it's only temporary, so it'll only be around for about 3 years. But after that, there are plans to build a permanent affordable housing complex to take its place. Blair Best, KGW News.
All right. Well, like I said, hey, I don't feel sorry for these people. This is what you voted for, and this is what you get. Speaking of what you voted for, let me let you guys see this, for example. Speaking of what you voted for, well, no, in all fairness, you guys didn't vote for this heifer. Okay, she was lieutenant governor, so you voted for her to be lieutenant governor, and because Cuomo, you know what I'm saying, he was bad. She moved into his position. But look what happened in New York. Your governor done signed a law banning gendered language for professionals. Oh, this should be nice. I haven't proofread. Well, I don't really proofread any of my articles, but I wonder what she considered professions. On Thursday, New York Governor Kathy Hochul signed a series of legislation monitoring the usage of gendered language in laws across the state. One bill pertaining to law across the state replaces the word councilman or councilmen with the gender neutral terms council member or council member. All that crime, all those illegals, and you thought this was the most important thing to do for New York? Oh, God. Another bill which referenced salesmen in regard to retail property changes the term salesman and salesmen to salesperson. Both bills are also changed out the usage of he or her with they. The state Senate bill calls the term salesman and antiquated and says that jobs have no gender, but unfortunately many of our state laws still use gendered language when discussions professions that are practiced by people of all genders. Yeah, okay. All right. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you put a white libtard women. Well, actually, I would have to say libtard women anyway, because you got some black ones over there too. All right. I would like to say congratulations to Target for having the profits drop at 90%. Woo! Yes. I am so happy about this because remember, Target was putting out that LGBT line. They was like, oh, we're going to cater to the LGBT community, and we have clothes for the L's, the G's, the P's, the B's, and the T's. So we got it all for you. And this is the reason why people start messing with them, because they put that display front and center with the rainbow flags and everything. And now look what done happened. Don't you like this? This is a prime example of get woke, go broke. Target's profit dropped 90% as it relies on discounts to get rid of inventory. You love to see it, don't you? Love to see it. Target's profit for the second quarter of 2022 fell by more than 90% compared to the previous year, as the retail giant was forced to rely on deep discounts to sell off excess inventory. Target reported net earnings is of $183 million in the second quarter of 2022, sharply down from $1.8 billion. Good gosh! Wow! Holy smokes, they lost that much money during the same period last year, even though its revenue rose slightly from $24.8 billion to $25.6 billion. The steep drop-off in profit has been attributed to Target's thin operating margin of 1.2% in the quarter, which is even lower than the company's previous forecast of 2%, as the company marked down prices to get rid of excess inventory. I bet you that a lot of that excess inventory you did was catering to the woke mob and that particular rainbow community. But okay, one day you're gonna learn. All right, here is our last one. Our last speaking. We're gonna keep it on code with the rainbow mob. Parent protests after new school hires elementary teacher who was disciplined due to queer TikTok teaching. Libs of TikTok doing the Lord's work. I think you all should remember this particular woman. Let me see. Let's read this and then we'll go to her. We'll go to Libs of TikTok's account so you can see who I'm talking about. Elementary school teacher Gina Hall returned to teaching after her prior school disciplined her because she said she spoke to her students about sexuality. She posted on TikTok explaining what she had said to the students, and let's go ahead and watch that. Let's go open that up for a second and let's hear what she has to say.
Kids from last year are now in 5th grade and they come visit me almost every day after school, and a lot of them are queer because I am queer, and they figured it out, and so I've become their safe space. And today they found my Guess Who, and they started playing Guess Who, but they didn't play it the normal way. How did they play it? They used things like, this person looks like a lesbian baddie who's gonna come over and make you dinner. Well, which one of these characters is a lesbian baddie that's gonna come over and make you dinner? Oh, Olivia is? Oh, great. Which character just looks gay? Well, meet Mike. These kids, I'm so happy that they are figuring out who they are and that they're happy with who they are and that they found a safe place. But man, I could never imagine being in 5th grade saying these things out loud, even though I know they're all okay. I grew up super religious where nothing was okay. And so seeing this happen, I'm like, ah! But I'm also like, yay! But ah! My kids from last year are now in 5th grade and they come visit me almost every day after school. And a lot of them are queer because I am queer.
Okay. All right. More proof that you have to vet these people that are going to teach your children. This right here, the parents are outraged, but she's back to work. So what is it going to take? Because here's the deal, like I can just show you all these videos of where they're very angry, but your tax money, those who pay property taxes, your money comes out of this. And so you got to put a stop to this. This is crazy. You got to put a stop to it. So, yeah, I think this is something that has to be stopped. And if you have children in public schools, even in private schools, it's time to vet them. You have to vet them because this is absolutely ridiculous. I swear. Anyway, well, okay, so that concludes international news. So, coming up next, Feel Good News.
Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Ow! Feels good.
Now, I know this is not your typical Feel Good News, but this is Feel Good News for me. Wisconsin School Board bans pride and BLM flags. Dude, it just takes one. We just need one school to say, okay, we're done with this nonsense. We're not going to be putting up with this. No more rainbow flags. No more Black Lives Matter flags. We are done with the wokeness. And other schools will follow suit. And it looks like Wisconsin, I thought a school in the South would be the one to do this. But no, it's not. It's Wisconsin. Anyway, a Wisconsin school board voted Tuesday to prohibit the displaying of LGBT Pride and Black Lives Matter flags in classrooms. The Kettle Moraine School Board in Wales, Wisconsin, examined a policy that prohibits educators and staff from promoting partisan politics and sectarian religious views, which Superintendent Stephen Plum, oh God, there was finally a name I can pronounce, Stephen Plum, clarified to include Pride and Black Lives Matter flags, according to Fox 6. Is this a video? Oh, let me see if this is a video that he can go with this. Oh, it's a video. Yay. Okay, let me enlarge this for a second. Okay, let's go ahead and play it.
New at 10, is a pride flag too political for the classroom? That was the topic of a heated discussion tonight at Kettle Moraine School Board meeting. Our Cassidy Williams is live there with exactly what happened tonight. No doubt emotions were flying, Cassidy.
Yeah, they were, Mary. And here at Kettle Moraine High School, you can see that in the cafeteria, there's an American flag hanging. But if a teacher wants to hang up a pride flag, that's no longer allowed, and there are strong opinions on both sides.
In a place that's normally known for being quiet.
Not controversial. I am not political. I am a person.
Students and parents loudly shared their opinions with the Kettle Moraine School Board.
I don't see a good reason for this policy.
Almost every inch of the library was filled Tuesday evening because at last month's board meeting, the school board voted to ban teachers from having pride flags in classrooms or listing pronouns in email signatures, saying it was too political.
The fact is that the majority of students don't want or need this, so catering to the minority only encourages the envelope to be pushed further.
Several people spoke in support of the policy, but the majority of public comment was strongly against it.
Pride flags are not me taking a political stance. They are a statement saying I accept myself and others.
Public comment was capped after an hour despite a call from the crowd to extend it.
No, we don't get into dialogue.
It's unclear how many people plan to speak either for or against, and in the end, the board voted unanimously to keep the policy.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay?
Now tonight, there was no discussion between board members about this policy before they voted on it. At last month's meeting, they did talk about it, saying things like Black Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter signs would also be considered too political. Live in Kettle Moraine, Cassidy Williams, Fox 6 News.
All right, Cassidy, thank you for the update.
I find it strange that, hold on a second. I don't want them playing that again. I find it strange that they would show the testimony from the pro Black Lives Matter flag and the pro rainbow flag, but they don't show any testimonies from the people who are against that, even though they said that those individuals were the majority. The majority of the people who were against having the partisan flags like the Black Lives Matter flag and the rainbow flag up in there, the majority of the parents supported the policy of banning those partisan flags. But when you look at the news, which is always for the most part, on the side of the left, they showed only testimonies from people who were saying, "No, you gotta have my rainbow flag, you gotta have Black Lives Matter flag, and I am an individual." Shut up. Anyway, I thought this was feel good news because I'm feeling really good right now. You know what I'm saying? It just takes one school board to do it, and then the rest can follow suit. Now, I don't expect New York, California, Oregon, or the state of Washington to do this. I don't even expect Virginia or Maryland to do this either, but at least they're starting with this. You know what I'm saying? Once Wisconsin does it, then you can go to South Dakota, and then you can move on from there. But let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Do you think this is a start, or do you think this is just a one-off and everybody else is going to just cut to the woke mob? Let me know by leaving a comment below. I love to see what you got to say. And there you have it, teeters, the conclusion to the Treetop News for this Friday, August the 19th. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, but don't forget to smash that like button. Also, feel free to share the video. I already have a video up on my Liberty South media channel already, and it was a continuation from the woman I talked about yesterday. But I will be uploading more videos on the weekend, and I will also be on my third channel tomorrow. So if you would like to check me out, go to those channels. But let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you on Sunday at 8 p.m. for the Sunday Madness. You all enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you then. Later, taters.